build the ark, he used it from the outside, okay, for boating. Also, Jacob, when he sent gifts to Pharaoh, he sent tar from the Dead Sea as a gift to Pharaoh. Why Pharaoh needed? Apparently this tar was an essential ingredient on the procedure of mummification. Okay? You needed to make mummies so the Egyptians could not die without it. Another thing I want to tell you about the Dead Sea Industries, and that's related to the next town, En Gedi. Number one industry of the kingdom of Judea at the biblical world, at the biblical time, sorry. Number one industry of the kingdom of Judea at Jesus' time, number one production was the balsam perfume, or balsamon. So I want to talk about it for the next minutes. It's also going to relate to what we do tomorrow at Masada. Not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow at Masada. According to the Bible, when Queen of Sheba visited King Solomon, she brought spice trees with her. According to Josephus, Solomon was the one to domesticated those trees. Those trees are origin is from south of Yemen, south of Arabia, where's Yemen today, African trees, and the way to make the perfume was to make cuts in the tree, quickly collect the sap before it evaporates, and to make this perfume in a very secret procedure. In the days of Jesus, that was the treasure of the Judean kingdom. You could grow it only 3 places. You have the balsam tree plantations. One of them is Jericho. Second one, Patsaelos. Yes, a little bit 6 miles northern of Jericho. And the third is En Gedi. Friends, we are coming out from the West Bank, or Judea and Samaria, or the territories. So everything we just visited, Qumran, used to be Jordan until 1967. That's where used to be the border. The balsam plantations, you had them only 3 places: En Gedi, Jericho, and Patsaelos. And it was so expensive, they used to sell it in gold bottles because it didn't change the price. It was so expensive, it was the wedding gift. The plantations was the wedding gift of Marcus Antonius to his beloved queen Cleopatra. That was the wedding gift. Herod the Great had to license it from Cleopatra so he can keep doing his business. So he had to license it and pay Cleopatra to use it. Okay? By the way, you never asked me why it's so expensive.
Why is it so expensive?
Thank you for asking. It was the strongest aphrodisiac ever known to mankind, and also very important perfume and medicine. Okay? Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Aphrodisiac, love potion. Okay, or something similar. Anyway, testimonies will tell you that the girls used to use it and the boys used to get enthusiastic. Can you imagine how much you can charge for it today?
Yeah.
Never mind. But but that's what it was famous for. But also for healing purposes and other purposes, they mix it with oil. I think also the story. You remember the woman that anointed his feet with expensive oil, and they told her, "Why are you doing that? You could calculate everybody for weeks with this money." Probably because, okay, why we got those sinkholes all over? Inside the ground you have 2 levels of water, the salty water and the fresh water on top of it. The salty water are heavier. So as the Dead Sea level is going down, inside the ground, the water table, the freshwater level is also going down. Okay? And when the freshwater are going down, it smelts the salt in the ground. And suddenly a big sinkhole can be opened. Okay? So that's what we have here. That's why nobody built any hotels over here. I want to relate the balsam perfume to what we about to hear at Masada. In the year of 66, when the revolt started, one generation after Jesus' time, the rebels cut down the trees of the balsam perfume. They wanted to destroy the source of income for the hated Romans. So they cut down Jericho plantations next to Jerusalem and Patsaelos plantations, and only En Gedi plantations were still survived. Okay? Now, according to Dr. Stiebel, Guy Stiebel, one of my teachers, probably #1 expert today from Masada, he actually found a written testimony in the scriptures of Philenius, his book about natural history. There is a quote that the rebels didn't spare the trees like they didn't spare their own lives. I hope you know that the Masada people committed suicide eventually. So Phileni the elder, actually telling us that the rebels destroyed the balsam perfume plantations. And we know that those plantations were a huge source of income for the Romans. And 1 year before the Romans came to destroy Masada, the Masada people killed the En Gedi people. They surprised them during the Passover and killed them all and destroyed the plantation of the balsam perfume. Cut the story short, like always, the reason why the Romans came to destroy Masada, to protect the balsam perfume industry. Surprise, 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 it's all about money. Okay? And again, what I'm telling you now, you probably will not read it in the books. Again, it's late information. Dr. Stiebel, Guy Stiebel. To be continued on Masada. By the way, if you're on Facebook, my Facebook page is Bible Land Tours, and also on YouTube. I'll try to be better with this and posting more things. And if you want to recommend me on Facebook, that would be great.
Eran really does deserve our following him on Facebook and also following him on YouTube. Many hours ago, in the wee hours of the morning, we started this journey or saga, in some ways almost an endurance contest for Eran. He was a really good sport. In this course of just 1 day of this tour, there have been 18 videos. I figure there's probably 10 hours of direct dialogue that Eran has delivered to us, and his knowledge is like an encyclopedia. It's really amazing. That being said, we all were very glad to arrive at the David Resort at the Dead Sea. I know personally we were really looking forward just to a down day to repack, regroup. Plus, we knew we had a really long day ahead of us on the next day after our stay here, meaning we would leave again early in the morning, go on another day of touring, then to the Ben Gurion airport, and then a long travel day back to our original destination. So something like a 36-hour saga to arrive back at our home. So this down day was a time to repack, regroup, organize, and recharge, most importantly. And again, the music at the resort outside was typical of Israel. We were greeted by our familiar EDM. I'll have a little of that playing in the background. Beautiful hotel. I have some balcony views that were shot that first night. I have a whole day of just kind of touring around the area where we were staying.